warm welcome, ladies and gentlemen, wherever you're watching us from. This is Casa TV, and I'm your host, Joe Bongera, for a program, Wise Medic 101 Show 2021 edition. And today, I'm privileged to have on set the owner of the book, Wise Medic, who is going to help us demystify the cant and put everything into perspective that surrounds the medical field. Is none other than Mr. Didacus Mochache. Mr. Didacus Mochache, welcome to the show.
Thank you very much, Mr. Ngira. It's my pleasure to be here.
Thank you very much. Mr. Didacus Mochache is an alumni student of Johannesburg University from South Africa, and currently is a lecturer at Kenya Medical Training College and the deputy principal in administration and finance. He is also a medical imaging technologist, isn't it?
That is very true.
Yes. So, what is it for the layman's to understand? What is it all about, the medical imaging technologists?
Medical imaging technologists are actually professionals who are in charge of producing X-rays, ultrasounds, MRI images, CT scan images, and even nuclear medicine images in hospitals. Basically, these are people who work in the radiology department in hospitals countrywide.
Now, Daktari, you've been in this field for quite some time, and as a lecturer, I'm meant to understand when we were off camera, you've taught since 2009 to date. It's close to a decade. What is your experience in class and outside class, and why the Wise Medic?
It's true, I have first experience as a lecturer in medical colleges. I've worked in Kigali, Rwanda, as a lecturer in the Department of Medical Imaging Sciences. Currently, I work in Kenya Medical Training College. And I've worked even in private medical colleges like Mount Kenya University. It has a branch in Kigali, so I used to work with them also too. Mm-hmm. So, a Wise Medic book is aim is to bridge the gap between college and marketplace. Mm-hmm. Simply, what this book brings into perspective is the knowledge which a student never gains while in class, but a knowledge which is critically also important for the student when he enters the marketplace.
All right.
And when I talk about the marketplace, I want to mean right from the time the student graduates and enters to the workplace, is hired, is a professional now working in a hospital or an institution. Then it means now that student is no longer a student in college, but is now in the marketplace. So I realized through my experience that there is a need to make these students understand what really the dynamics of the marketplace are.
Daktari, you've been seen holding conferences, seminars throughout the country. You've been popularizing the book, The Wise Medic. And that's why we realized that we now bring you on studio and you explain on The Wise Medic. What is the reception from both the lecturers and the students?
I can say there is skepticism. People are not ready to embrace new ideas. Mm-hmm. So there is resistance, there is criticism of the knowledge found in the book. Why? Because this knowledge is queer in the sense that this is not what people are used to be taught.
Yes.
This is not what people traditionally have been taught. Others even wonder, why would Didacus write a book about bridging the gap between college and the marketplace? Essentially, because this is a new idea. But I'm telling you, we are pushing on, and we believe the knowledge in this book is very, very important in transitioning the world today. And this is the knowledge which is not obvious, which can be presumed to be obvious, but it is not obvious. So me, as a lecturer, who is bestowed with the responsibility of training students, I see the need to train students what the dynamics and challenges of the marketplace are.
Now, Daktari, you, besides being a lecturer, you're also an entrepreneur in the same medical field. You've mentioned a lot about preaching the gap between the really things that you teach students in class and the market place. Now, coming to the Wise Medic, have you given solutions, or you've just written a book like any other book that somebody can go and get it on the market?
Like I've just mentioned,
Yes.
there is a lot of criticism to the book, and silent criticism, I can call it. People don't want to tell you that they are not comfortable with what you are writing, but the truth is the truth. And the truth has to be told that the people we produce in colleges, especially the medical field, they need to learn what the dynamics of the marketplace are. And that way, and I mean that way, that is the only way these people can be able to prosper career-wise. So, you know, in my career as a lecturer, it has taught me that I should not end with my student after class. I should be even a good service to my student, or my student is still my customer, even when he is working out there. So the things I came to learn very later, in later stages in life, I don't want the young people, the young medics who are graduating, to learn them far much later like I did. So I want them to learn them early in advance, so that they can also try to apply this marketplace. As
we go to a short commercial break, Daktari, before then, let me get a glimpse of this one of the topics, I believe, which is in the book, before we go to the mitigation of finances of a student or whoever. The dream, something you mentioned about the dream.
In my topic about the dreams of a medic, I bring into perspective how this profession of ours, the medical profession, is highly esteemed in the community. In this I mean expectations from the community. Once you join the medical school or medical college, the expectations of the community are so high as opposed to other professions. And I deliberately say this because once you join the medical college, you are simply referred to as daktari. And traditionally, as we were brought up, a daktari is a very revered person. People expect that the daktari should be earning a lot of money. People expect that the daktari is someone who should be respected in the community, is someone who should always be driving himself, someone who should build the best house in the village, and so forth.
Yes.
So these are the dreams of a medic.
Yes.
So I bring this topic in the book, A Wise Medic, because I want you first, as a medical profession, to understand that the expectations of people around you in the community are so high. They have set the bar so high. Contrary to that, you will come to realize that even when we talk about strikes and unions strikes for mere pay, you find that the medical profession tops in the list. So basically, contrary to what expectations the community has to a medical professional, what is on the ground is different.
Hold on that talk, because my director is telling me that we're running short of time. But before we go to a short commercial break, I would want us, when we get back, you take us through now the factual picture of a medic on the ground. And where will one get your books? Are they in bookshops? Where have you stocked them? Hold on that thought. This is the Wise Medic program. That is Wise Medic 101 2021 edition. And in studio it was Dr. Didacus Mochache. Don't go far, because we'll be back in a moment. A Wise Medic book by Didacus Mochache goes for as little as 1,000 bob. Didacus Mochache has been in the field for more than 14 years, specializing in X-rays and radiology departments. His book, A Wise Medic, educates, entertains, and warns his fellow colleagues, like the doctors and nurses, not to depend solely in their monthly salaries. Therefore, the book A Wise Medic mitigates the financial stress amongst the medic professionals, as Didakus Mochachi puts it in one of the chapters in A Wise Medic book, that failure is the highway to success. A Wise Medic book is stocked in bookshops countrywide, and still you can order them online. Thank you very much for staying put in the Wise Medic show, that is 2021 edition. Before Daktari, we had gone for a short commercial break. You were explaining about the dream of any medic. Kindly shed some more light on the same.
I was saying that to bring into perspective the dreams of a medic, we want to create a picture to young professionals that life is not so sweet in the marketplace. Life is not so sweet out there. So once you go out there, we want the young medical professional to take charge of his life and pick some tips from the book which can help him upset some of the frustrations which the profession brings on board. So simply, that is what we mean when we say about the dreams of a medic. So we are saying the dreams of a medic, they are really there. They are really there in the beginning when you get that admission letter to join a medical school. Because the kind of way now people revert to you, or regard you, or look upon at you, the expectations are high. The standards have been set so high, right from the socio-economical life and the life generally which you want to live. People are watching you as a professional and as a medic. How and what kind of life are you living? So in my book, I'm trying to bridge the gap. I want to show the young professional that as long as the people expect much from you, what the marketplace is offering is not different. Sweet, is not bed of losses. So you need to go to the marketplace prepared in some way. You must
So, Daktari,
load your guns for it.
If I may interject, you know, when I'm listening, you explain about the dream and the expectations of a medic who is now leaving college to the marketplace. It brings me an analogy of the CBC, the competence-based curriculum that is being introduced in our primary and high school right now. So, does it mean that probably you are also one of the people who are giving the...
I think you are on the spot when you bring into the education sector the image of the CBC, competency-based program.
Yes.
So you realize that for many years in any teaching profession, what we have been teaching, even the government has come to realize that what we are teaching our students is not applicable one by one to the marketplace.
Yes.
Simply, this book is here to complement the CBC.
Yeah.
So we can say if we have started the program of CPC, then this book is a complement to the CPC program, to the government, because it's trying to show you that life there in the marketplace is not a bed of losses, and not necessarily that the theoretical knowledge you gained in class is going to be the only thing applying outside there. So that's why you'll find that in my book, I'm writing about street knowledge. How can you network? Because people don't know that networks can make them go far. So I'm trying to teach people what they not necessarily gain in class. So me as a medical college lecturer, I teach anatomy and physiology. For technical language, that is now to explain the human body and its functions.
Yes.
But essentially, that is what is applicable at your job place. But it may not holistically make you a better person, like what networking can do to you. So simply, I'm trying to show people when you go out there in the marketplace, begin knowing how to develop good networks. among other many things.
All right.
Yes.
When you talk about network, sometimes a number of students who are in class may ask, I've just finished high school. My dad is a lecturer. My dad is a pilot. My mother is a teacher somewhere. How can I now do the networking? Does it mean that probably you have a good rapport when, for instance, if somebody has a small hospital somewhere, a private hospital somewhere, somebody has gone there for internship, that is the right time for him to create the networks?
I will say we are different in the society, in our backgrounds.
Yes.
You will realize that in the book I explain about 2 types of millionaires in existing in this world.
All right.
Like you have just mentioned, someone could be imagining that my father is a pilot, my mother is a financial manager. I don't need networks to succeed. But essentially, in my book, I describe 2 types of millionaires this way. There is a sperm club millionaire. A sperm club millionaire simply means you are born in a privileged family. So you are born in a privileged family. You
have no reason as to why you can struggle like somebody who's been born from a less privileged family.
Exactly. And actually, there is a research which says that if you, for example, are running a hospital, there are high chances that someone who is born in a sperm club family cannot be a good manager. This is what is documented in books which I've been reading quite extensively. So what simply means is, know your background first of all, so that you know if you build the networks, how are they going to help you? That's what we are saying. But there's sperm club millionaires, there's cash flow millionaires, there are net worth millionaires. And what the most of us medical professionals are, we are net worth millionaires. Net worth millionaires are people who think they have money and a lot of money just because they drive a car, a good car, and just because they build a good house, or just because they think they can visit the next best restaurant next door. So they feel those are classified as. Maybe next time I will be able to explain what cash flow millionaires are.
Daktari, there is one thing that I've just also gotten as a glimpse from what you're discussing or what you've elaborated. Assuming that there is a kid somewhere who has gotten the points or to the entry to do medicine, and he or she is not financially stable to have such a kind of opportunity to join a university. Then you find somewhere there is a kid of a millionaire somewhere who is not even very competent like the one from a less privileged family. They have even bought the space, sometimes in quotes. They bought the space in that university. Are they the people that you are saying that sometimes they will not be making good managers once they get out of college?
One of the lessons I teach in my books is about college never made you rich. So when I say college never made you rich, I mean in college we are all equal.
Equal.
Whether you come from a background or a rich family.
Yes.
Actually, what makes you rich is now what you will do with your profession. So once you are awarded that certificate of a degree in a medical profession, or you have been awarded a diploma in that sense, or a certificate, let me tell you, a certificate student in a medical profession can succeed than someone who has a degree. And that one is possible. That's why we say college does not make you rich. That's why the knowledge which I'm trying to bring across, that's bridging the gap between the college and marketplace, is very important. Because what matters in life is what you do after college, is not the grades you got at college. As far as college is very important. So college makes us equal. It's an equal measure for us. But natural selection starts taking place the day we step out of our colleges. Because what you do there, how you spend your time. Because I explained in my book, one of the topics I've explained there, how do you spend your time? Because time is important. You will find that we will go there, we were in the same college, we graduated with the same degree, we went out there. But the difference can be seen how we spend our time.
Wow, that is Mr. Didacus Mochache, the author of The Wise Medic. The program is The Wise Medic Show 2021 edition. He is really moved the masses using the same book. How I wish other professions can also adopt the same way in producing or coming up with such kind of journals. This program will be coming to you live every Tuesday from 5:30 to 6:30 p.m. And I repeat, on the same on Saturdays 2:30 p.m. to 3:30 p.m. We're going for a short commercial break, but don't go far because we're coming back to get the parting shot from Mr. Didacus Mochache himself. Thanks. KTR groups of supermarkets spread all over the country with the recent opened around Roysam area in Zimmerman Merema Drive. KTR supermarkets items and commodities are pocket friendly and affordable to hoi polloi. Pay us a visit to ascertain by yourself what's so on the shelves of electronics and that of designer suits, fashionable clothes that has an amazing offer. Simply, you can save big time when you shop with us at KDS Supermarkets. Watch fresh fruits, neatly displayed foodstuffs, drinks of different brands ranging from yogurts, juices, without forgetting varieties of perfume disinfectants for your toilets and the lavatories with different aromas. In simple terms, KDS Supermarkets is your one-stop shop and all are welcome at KDS Supermarkets with utmost decorum. Thank you, viewers, for gluing your eyes into the Wise Medic Show 2021 edition. Before we had gone for a short commercial break, Daktari was putting it into perspective on how relevant it is, his book that will change the masses. Daktari, let's have this in a very short time possible. What is it that you've done to ensure that the medic field get your information and it will help them?
I can say we are in the initial stage on popularizing this idea of bridging the gap between college and the marketplace.
Yes.
So we are in the initial stage. And with the available small resources, we are trying our best. So first of all, and first and foremost, we have published this book, A Wise Medic. A very informative, entertaining, and a very educative book. So if you aim at gaining some knowledge on how you can approach the marketplace as a medic, then you are welcome to purchase our book.
What are the other materials that you've written that can be like supportive to the Wise Medic?
We are in primary stages of working out on publishing a magazine we call A Wise Medic Star.
Wise Medic Star?
And that's, it is going to be a monthly issue. So we are doing the nitty-gritties and we are trying to seek for finances.
Are you going to do it countrywide or?
We aim to do countrywide. Bottom line, we want to supply this magazine free of charge
for
the medical
only
professions.
Medical training schools only, or?
You'll notice that I talk passionately about medical professions.
Yes.
Because I believe that is where I am one of them. And I believe that is where I regret that I didn't have this knowledge about the marketplace during my time.
Right.
So what I'm doing is to make sure that my fellow professionals in the medical field are well aware in advance. In fact, if it is possible at college stage, that this is what the challenges of the marketplace are. So we aim to popularize this knowledge countrywide. Also, I'm writing other books. I've written a second book, which is in initial stages of publishing, and the title is A Rat Race Medic. A Rat Race Medic simply means, you know, I noticed that we as medics in this country, we are in a rat race.
Once
We
you
are
clear
going
school,
around the circle after school.
Uh-huh.
You go around the same circle. Simply, if you go to Google and Wikipedia, the definition of a rat race simply means pointless, no gainful end. You are just in a circle. So that's why I scored my second book, A Rat Race Medic. And there I've written 101 pointers to a rat race medic.
Wow.
So you read this book, it has 101 pointers, which will show that you are within the rat race medic. So, the rat race circle. So, the book will be out soon. And I also have intention of writing more other books. I've written a book about entrepreneurship in imaging and radiation therapy. So in this book, we have co-authored this book with senior imaging technologists. One is Mr. Shemon Juki, and another one is Mr. Muhoti, who is also an entrepreneur in medical imaging field in this country.
Wow.
So that book has been co-authored by me and those two, and it will be out soon. So we are doing our best that this knowledge reaches as many people in the medical profession in this country as possible.
Wow, I can't pontificate much. That's when they say that the sky is in the lower limit. This dude with his counterparts or their colleagues, they have done wonders. And we believe you're going to transform this medic profession round. But before I let you go, I want you to give a parting shot. And this parting shot, probably whoever is watching this show may want to sponsor your program in one way or the other. That means you just speak to your fellow medics and fellow students, then give your number, which maybe they can reach into you.
As my parting shot, I can say, as I've tried moving around the country distributing my book, I've noticed people are very skeptical about what I write in my book. But I want to tell them this, because some other people say, why is Didacus writing about the marketplace? What has he achieved himself in the marketplace? I want to say, even we feast or go to churches every Sunday, and we listen to pastors every day. What they have read from the Holy Book, they tell us. But it's not a guarantee that even in heaven, every other pastor is going to step in heaven. So what I'm telling you is the knowledge which is world over. And the knowledge, even me, as I sit here talking to you, I regret why I didn't have it earlier. Actually, I started researching about this gap between college and marketplace in the year 2013, when I was 35 years old. So I think it's not too late for me even. I'm trying to put into practice what I'm writing into the book. And I think anybody who is going to buy into what we are saying, that there's frustration, there's challenges in the marketplace which we face as medical professionals, then I think he can't miss to gain one or two items which he can apply and it will help him. This is universal knowledge which is presumed to be obvious, but it is not.
Our Medic book by Didacus Mochache goes for as little as 1,000 bob. Didacus Mochache has been in the field for more than 14 years, specializing in X-rays and radiology departments. His book, Our Medic, educates, entertains, and warns his fellow colleagues, like the doctors and nurses, not to depend solely in their monthly salaries. Therefore, the book Our Medic mitigates the financial stress amongst the medic professionals, as Didacus Mochache puts it in one of the chapters in a Wise Medic book, that failure is the highway to success. A Wise Medic book is stocked in bookshops countrywide, and still you can order them online.
So if you want to reach us, buy the book A Wise Medic, you can call directly to my number 0707 795 772. The book, we sell it at 1,000 Kenyan shillings, and that includes the money to send it countrywide. So wherever you will be, once you pay 1,000 shillings, the book will come to your doorstep.
Probably, do you have an email where somebody can get you?
If you want to use email, you can use didakusmochache@gmail.com.
Wow, we can't pontificate much. We can't finish because the book is wow. I'm even appealing that those ones who are listening and watching, kindly check it out in all social platforms. You will find it. And he has given you his own telephone number that you can get him and get the book, The Wise Medic. Besides all the other books that he has been writing and the ones that they are still writing, I think this is the way to go. This is your show, The Wise Medic Show 2021 edition. And I was your host for the same show, Job Ongera.